Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're painting a beautiful cherry blossom landscape using the Peiloff Acrylic kit. One of the best things about this kit is that it breaks your painting into sections so you can focus on one part at a time without worrying about messing up the rest. Right now, the grass is masked off so we can fully concentrate on painting the sky, then we can fully concentrate on the river, and then later we can peel it off, reveal crisp edges, and focus on the next layer. Let's get started. We always include primary colors in the kit so you can mix your own shades. To start, mix a little blue and white to create a gradient for the sky. I'm using a small flat brush from the kit, but if you have a larger one, feel free to use it to speed up the process. Start with a darker blue at the top and gradually add white as you work downward to create a natural gradient. A little tip, keep your brush slightly damp so the paint blends smoothly, and make sure to fill in areas where the canvas is showing through. Next, let's add some soft clouds using the round filbert brush included in the kit. If clouds feel tricky, we have a quick tutorial on simple cloud techniques to help you out. Just lightly tap and swirl the brush to create fluffy, natural-looking clouds. Before we go any further, I want you to see how the peel-off canvas works. This design has a sky, a river, grass, and cherry blossom trees. But you can take the same canvas and make a completely different scene. Maybe some northern lights, a sunset, or a tree-lined path. The peel-off mask lets you work on one section at a time, keeping your lines clean and your details crisp. Now for the river. Use your flat brush to create a blue gradient, making it slightly darker in the bends and lighter toward the foreground. Paint in the direction of the water flow to keep it looking natural. One of my favorite things about the peel-off system is that I don't have to worry about getting paint on the next section. I can just make big strokes and you could really just go for it. Time to add some reflections in the water. Use the side of your skinny detail brush to add hints of cloud reflections near the foreground. The peel-off mask makes this super easy because you can start your strokes on the peel and then let them fade into the river. Now for the fun part, cherry blossoms. Mix a little white and red to get different shades of pink. With the detail brush, use the tip to add tiny dots where you want the petals to be. Try letting some petals extend onto the peel so that when you remove it, we get that crisp depth effect. This part is so meditative. Just enjoy the process and let it take you where it takes you. To add separation between the river and the grass, we need shadows. The best brown comes from mixing red and yellow to make orange, then adding a little blue. I had a happy little accident. My mix turned out more purple, but it actually worked out. I'm using the tip of my brush to add shadows to the cherry blossoms and along the side of the peel for extra definition. Before moving on, I'll go back with my flat brush and soften some of the reflections in the river. The sky is dry, so let's peel it off. You can use a clean mini spatula, or you can use your nail to lift the edge. Watch how satisfying this is. Now for the grass, mix blue and yellow to make green, then add a little white for a gradient. Use a flat brush to blend different shades, starting at the horizon and working downward. Sometimes I load multiple shades on my brush at once to get natural variations in the grass. This right here is beautiful grass as it is. Or you can come back to it later and add tall grass or wildflowers, whatever you decide. For the tree trunks, let's mix a good brown. Start with yellow and red to make orange, then add blue. Lighten it with a touch of white. Decide where you want your trees. I'm placing most of mine near the horizon and bringing a couple closer for depth. To paint trees, use confident strokes. You're going to make letter Y's and V's and kind of W shapes to make the trunk and branches. My first tree didn't turn out great because I hesitated with small strokes, but once I committed to bolder strokes, they looked much better. Back to the palette, we're mixing gradients of pink again. Start with red and white gradually to create different shades. A great tip when you paint, start with darker pink and work your way to lighter shades to build natural depth. I'm doing it a little backwards. I'm beginning with the tree farthest back using a light shade to block in the shape. Then I'll layer in different pinks using pointillism, just tapping my brush to create little dots of color. If you load your brush with more paint, you can even get a little texture to the blossoms. Cherry blossoms aren't as dense as oak trees, so feel free to leave some gaps. But if you're like me, you might get a little carried away and make them extra full. If you want more definition, let each layer dry before adding the next color, so the colors don't mix and get like a muddy pink. One last tip, be mindful of overlapping branches. Some trees will be in front of others, so focus on the details that will be most visible. And there you have it, a dreamy spring scene of a cherry blossom landscape, all made simple with the peel-off system. This kit gives you such a fun way to practice layering, color blending, and creating depth without worrying about messy edges. If you enjoyed this tutorial, be sure to like and subscribe for more acrylic painting tips. And if you paint along, tag us. We'd love to see your creations. See you next time.